Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Lower Leagues Football Podcast. I'm Alan, and with Dan and Max, as normal. Good evening, lads. How are you doing?
Evening.
Yeah, evening, mate. All good. How are you?
Yes, all good. All good. Recovering from a week-long cold that I picked up in North London last week. I must have strayed a bit too close to Arsenal, and I picked something up on my way to the White Hart Lane, or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I should say.
But
Yeah, I'm all right.
going the wrong way, mate. If you're at White Hart Lane.
But yeah, all good, all good. How was your weekend, Dan? Did you manage to get? I know you didn't have a game, but did you manage to get a friendly on?
Best not talk about it, mate. I've done all the hard work and then, didn't get to play it. So, no, we're playing them, funny enough, in 2 weeks' time. We've got another gap week, so we're going to play them then. So, no game, mate. Started drinking Saturday at about, what time did United game kick off? 12:30? Yeah, started drinking about 12:30. And finished when I was sending you two abuse at
drunken voice notes. Yeah,
drunken voice notes about NFL. Yeah, it's a long day. It was a long day.
Max, you had a stonker of a game, didn't you? A good one.
Yeah. So obviously, I think the weather beat quite a few people this weekend, but Dan was very upset when I told him, but we switched our game to the 3G at Cottesloe because we're a founding partner, Dan, and and so yeah, I mean, we could have played. Our pitch was playable, but equally, we'd have been trashing it. So switched, and we beat Woburn 8-1. It was incredibly comfortable, and didn't flatter us, to be honest. We were just much better than them. Kind of. I get another one of them where they kind of come away from it, and you're like, it's not really that fun. That like you want it to be a contest, but after 15 minutes, they're 3-0 down, and the game's as good as done, really. But good for us. Played 10-1-10, so can't complain. We've got no game this weekend, and then the big one is us versus MK United the following weekend. So that's the real acid test of where we're at. No, they haven't played for quite a while. Well, they played this weekend and beat Carpathians, but that's their first game since like early December, I think. So yeah, they've had quite a bit of time off.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And you got a game this coming weekend.
Yeah, we're back at it. Away to Silverstone in the league. That cup's been rearranged for a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, so mate, I'm chomping at the bit to get going again now.
Yeah.
It's been since 12th of December.
I was going to say for you guys, I was especially in the first team as well. It's been about a month and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, well, first team have played 2 games. They played on that first weekend back, and then they also played the following week.
Didn't they?
They played Stukely. So first team that got games in. It was the other way around. Before Christmas, first team didn't play for ages, and we were playing all the time. But yeah, so now, mate, looking forward to get back to it. And see what happens and what unfolds.
Right. Anyway, let's. We've got a few things we're going to talk about. One quite sort of major topic that's been going around social media, but we'll touch on that in a bit. But first, Dan, have you been doing? Are we allowed to say the P word? Have you been poaching?
P word. No, well, I didn't do the P word, but yeah.
You're signing a new player.
Signed a new. Well, yeah, it's actually all gone. Technically, it's all gone through, by the time this goes out, it will be properly done. Yeah, and I've got to thank Max, to be honest, because it's Max hammering someone 8-1 that's resulted in this player deciding he wanted out. And here we are. We've signed a player from the Prem.
Stukely Dean's hanger combination, yeah.
Yeah. Does Max get any commission out of this, or?
Well, no, because then all of a sudden it looks dodgy, doesn't it? But no, mate, did not even think anything of it. And literally last night. So there's a friend of mine, well, I say a friend of mine, guy I used to play football with at Cranfield years ago, sort of know I've always say hello when we play against each other. And he just put on Facebook, like, any Sunday teams looking for a player. And I thought, he's fucking older than me, so he can't do Saturday and Sunday. There's no fucking way. So I just messaged, like, you're giving up Saturdays? And he literally come back, do you want a centre mid? And I was like, right. Messaged his manager, James. Am I allowed to talk to him? Blah, 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 blah. And James is like, oh, I don't know what's going on, all this sort of thing. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go for it. Whacked in a 7-dayer. James was sound. He was like, yeah, cool. James Wogan was like, yeah, have a chat with him. That's fine. Had a chat with him. He was like, mate, I'd love to come across. Spoke to Jam. Was like, Jam, do you want him? He was like, yeah, I'll take him. Absolutely. Sent in a 7-dayer. James approved. Literally, not in 2 hours, he's sort of done.
It's pretty quick. So, that is pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah. So
I do feel
that is how it should be. Like, you know what I mean? Right, that's how it should be.
James, he was like, if you don't want to be here, like,
yeah. I think in a way, though, I do sort of feel for James as well, because he's obviously he's a friend of us, and he's a friend of the show. He's been on the show when we was on the radio and all that. So I do, and they are sort of struggling a little bit in the Prem. So I do sort of feel for him when players will want to leave because then it's not going how it was before, but. Yeah, it can't be helped, can it? It can't be helped.
If he's going to go anywhere, he might as well come to a friend, James. Like if you're going to lose a player, you might as well lose him somewhere you know. But no, he was out. I say I apologise to him. I was like, mate, it's nothing personal. Yeah. But if he's available, I'm going to try and get him. That's just like he makes us better.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
By the way, I mean, I don't know him, but can you hear me?
Carry on.
There we go. Yeah, I think I'm back now. That losing 8-1 is definitely the catalyst for him then being. It has to be. He started on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? He started and he's gone, I can't be dealing with this anymore. And I kind of get it because the way that lot are, they're just. I think that's the only thing I will say for the North Bucks is we say that, it's not as good as the league as it was, etc. But the jump from intermediate into the Premier, there is a gap. There is a difference. Like the one to intermediate, I don't think it's that big. I don't think the jump's that big. The jump from intermediate into the Prem, I think it is. Like you need a real committed squad. You need players that are going to be there week in, week out. And from speaking to James on Saturday, he said to me, I just haven't had the same team. I've just constantly got people not available, or we're chopping and changing all the time, and it does kill you. So,
and the other thing is, and not to talk badly of them because I don't know them, and they've been very successful. They've gone through. They've started at the bottom, won the bottom, went into the second one, stayed there for a year, but then won it or come second the next year. But they're quite clear with their thing of the best 11 plays. I don't care who you're. There's no like. I'm not saying working for your place, but if a better player comes along, you're out and the next one's it. And I think I get it. Like when you're paying people, I get it. But at our level, it needs to be a level of loyalty with it of like, well, you've been here forever. Because I know they've recently signed a really good player who was with us, but he left us because he was basically like, I can never train. I'm only going to turn up on a Saturday. And we were like, it's really hard for us to offer that. Particularly first team. Reserves, you can have a little bit more leeway. I was like, you can't just fucking take someone's place and you're never going to be there. But he's gone to Woburn because it suits him. And from my account, he literally turned up first day, straight in the team and played. And I think there's only so long. When you're winning, you can probably get away with it because people are like, well, we're winning, who cares? When you start losing, there's going to be that player sat there going, well, why the fuck am I going to training? What's the point?
Yeah.
So I think I don't know what the fallout has been with this player and them. And to be honest, it's none of our business, but we'll take it.
Well, I was going to say that it does sort of strike it seems to be a little bit of underhandedness from the player because he's obviously responded to you without even saying anything to his manager.
I don't know the full story. I weren't there Saturday, obviously, but I think they've had a falling out, and then clearly players made his mind he wants to leave, put something on social media, and we're like, it's happened. I think even if we didn't sign him, I think he'd be leaving them by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
James was like, no bad blood. It is what it is. No problem. Respect it. Move on. Like next one through the door, effectively. So yeah, we'll see how it works out. Come in the day, we've been quite clear. This is how we work. This is what you need to do. You know, there's he's just going to turn up in the first team and start. That's not the case. He ain't going to turn up in the reserves, and you got to, you know,
he's
you've
got
got to
to
train.
earn his place.
Yeah, so like we've said, look, there's an opportunity for you to be available at the weekend, but you've got to come to training first. You can't just fucking turn up on Saturday.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens and unfolds.
No, well, then congratulations to Dean, you and Dean Tanger. I said this to you on the group chat. Are you taking up a new director of football role at the club now, then, or
Treasurer, secretary, director of football,
Head of social media, you loser.
You just
yeah,
jealous.
well, we'll touch on that. We'll touch on that a bit later on because that is. Some big breaking news for the podcast. Well, for at least one of us anyway. But
if I'm going, you're all coming with me.
well, look, we'll just leave it before we talk about it. We'll just leave it that only one of us was asked. So, but look, let's move on to the main thing that we want to talk about, and it's a video that has circulated around social media this week over the weekend of a player in a Welsh football team playing in a Welsh league. Who, I mean, look, we can put this down to shithousery, but this is shithousery at the very shittest. We'll talk about what he's done. For those that haven't seen the video, I don't know how you haven't seen the video yet, but if those that haven't seen the video, we'll put it on now. This is the video of what happened, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So as you've seen there, we've already seen it over the weekend. But as you've seen there, the player, it looks like they're lining up for a corner. Maybe, I don't know. That's what it looks like, and he's literally
penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, penalty.
Sorry,
it's penalty. Measure the box. Yeah, it's penalty.
But he's literally elbowed his opposition player straight in the face and run on. By all accounts of what I've read, nothing happened to him during the game because
the ref
didn't see what happened. But look, we've all done an experience shithousery in games. You know what I mean? We've all done little things, pulling of hairs and pinching and scratching and stuff like that. But is this too far? I don't even know why I'm asking the question. This is too far. Do you know what I
mean? Well, the police have called it assault, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, reports are that the guy's been arrested and he's been effectively sacked or suspended from the club as well. But what do we think about this, Dan? What do you think about this, having seen it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for housery. I'm all for trying to wind up your opponent by any means necessary, but there is a line to it. Yeah. Like, you don't look. I've deliberately trod on people. I've deliberately, as you say, pinched someone, grabbed your bollocks, but never, I've never headbutted, thrown a punch, I think there's a line to it, and don't get me wrong. I also think the person you're up with, depending on the person you're playing against as well. Like I would never do any of that stuff, even to a young kid, like an 18-year-old player. Like, nah, that ain't happening. Verbally, yeah, give them it, but yeah, I think when you're, and look, I'm careful because there's people who watch us who in the North Parts will go, "Well, I've seen Dean Zanger do a couple of these things for." Yeah, you probably have, but I can only say personally for me, nah, you can't fucking and the thing, especially with our game now, like Max, you record your games. People record games now.
Yeah.
In the nicest way. It's not like 10 years ago. Like I think when I first joined league, you had teams like PB, and I'm not saying they were doing that, but they were fucking brutal. But no, like if a ref didn't see it, it didn't happen. Where now you can't rely on, we ain't got a liner, so I can't be seen. Well, people are recording games, so it can be seen. So yeah, I think it needs to happen. He needs to be banned. He needs to look. There is an element to it of we've got no context, have we?
Yeah.
No.
All we know, 10 minutes before that that player could have elbowed him. That player, like that's him. We've got no context. But if that is as it is, edge of the box, he's just done him. Coward behaviour. Quite, it is. Though, isn't it? It's like but you can see the guy is Sparko.
Yeah,
like, he's like
yeah.
just.
We should say as well before I move on to Max. We should say as well that there also there are reports that the player in question that he did elbow is actually okay. Didn't have any serious injuries after that, which is good to hear. And I think he carried on playing as well. But Max, as a manager, if you had seen something like this happen, or what would be like your response at that? And have you like experienced anything like this?
No,
Maybe not to that level.
nothing on that scale. You see it sometimes when someone leaves a little bit on someone, or you know they're not playing the ball and they're just trying to hit someone or hurt someone or whatever it might be. But there's not a lot you can do, is there? You just have to accept it, and then it's down to that individual player as to whether they want to give one back and go from there. So not as a manager, but I know from
For fuck's sake!
When I play myself, and even when you are, am I back?
Your fucking signal, man. Jesus,
Wi-Fi is going.
I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why someone calls all day and I don't have any issues.
Wow.
Oh, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, I think I know from when I played, and even now, still as a manager, you probably are a bit of a different person when you're on a football pitch to what you are, you know, when you come off it. And we've probably all done things that we're probably not that proud of at times. We're like, why did I do that? Or why did I say that? Or why did I get so annoyed? And I can't speak for this bloke who's done it, but he may well have come off and gone, why the fuck did I do that? He's done it, right? So, and it's also, I think, when you watch it as well, it's the force. He's properly gone for it. He hasn't just sort of, you know, thrown it out a little bit. It's come back, swing, whack. Like,
it's not
like he's someone by doing that. Like,
it's not like he's trying to gain some sort of advantage by getting ahead of the player. He's actually properly gone and swung for it.
Yeah. So
like Dan said, we don't know the full context of it, like that, because we've only got that clip. Everybody's only seen that clip. We don't know what's gone on before that. So something could have happened from the other player before that. So what we don't want to do, and what everybody else in the social media doesn't want to do, is to actually convict this guy based on what everybody's seen. So we do need to know a bit of context from it as well, which would be nice, but we don't, unfortunately.
But I would add the caveat of, say the scenario is the guy he's elbowed has been an arsehole all game, in his ear, giving it verbal. Still no excuse. Like, you can't.
Oh, no,
We've all lost our head. We've all had someone getting our head on a football pitch, right? Right, and that happens. And sometimes you have to walk away and go, you know what, I've been done up like a kipper there today. It is what it is. You don't resort to that. Don't, like, because at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything he can come out and say where someone's going to go, yeah, you were justifiable in doing that.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't. There's no excuse to it. Like, they're wrong. I put my hands up. I deliberately, and even if they're really nice people, I will deliberately try to wind up the centre half I'm playing against. I call them useless, call them shit, tell them that their parents are disappointed in them and wish they'd never had them, and their dad should have wiped them on the curtain. Done all of that. I've said all of that sort of stuff. But I tell you now, as soon as the game's done, I'll shake his hand and wish him all the best. It is purely to try and get them hot-headed. And then they'll make a mistake, they'll do something. Nothing personal, ever personal. But I'd never, ever, as Max says, you might leave one in a tackle. You're that. But like physical violence, and I know there'll be people who go, well, it's no different, Dan. You stamping on someone's foot, it's no different. I think whether I'm right or wrong, I think there is a slight different context to trying to fucking knock someone out to stamping on their foot on a corner and things like that. It's almost going to another level, really.
So what does this mean for the whole of the world of shithousery? I mean, we all know it goes on. We all know it goes on, and like you said, we've all done it, and we've all been subjected
I
to
just,
it, and we've all given it
I just
out.
don't
But
think, I just don't think it is shithousery. I don't think
No,
no,
it's
that's
just,
not.
it's just, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's just assault.
it
Like,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
There's no. It's not shithousery. You're not trying to stand on someone's toe. You're not trying to grab someone's
No.
balls. You just
Yeah.
fucking. You're trying to hurt someone. There's a difference between, and
Yeah.
you're trying to hurt someone who's indefensible, and you stood there, not
Yeah.
expecting it. There's a complete.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going in for a tackle and you leave a bit on someone, or you're a bit high or whatever,
Yeah.
you probably get away with it. It's in the game, but you both stood still. Someone's about to take a penalty, and you've just whacked him in the face. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
pure and simple.
What I was trying to get at was, do we think that this action has potentially damaged the world of shithousery, because now people are going to be highlighting the little things that goes on the pitch that is classed as good shithousery. You know, with the little tugs of balls and chatting shit to defenders, or chatting shit to your strikers. Has this is now going to highlight that world of it, and does that mean that referees and officials are going to, and leagues are going to come down harder on this sort of thing?
I don't know.
'Cause I think it's a good part of the game. I think it's a good part of the game. It makes it a bit more fun.
At our level, it's what it's all about. Mate, the amount of reps I've had call me fat and slow, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's because I've given them a bit of grief about a foul, and it's not my fucking fault you can't get there. And I'm cool with that. Pre-season, Max weren't even fucking managing. I'm getting fucking grief on the side from him. For me, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't go into a bar and go, "Oi, fat boy," or anything like that, would I? But there is the thing with on a football pitch, verbally, apart from racism, I'm not bringing that into the equation.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is sort of anything goes, I would say. It's verbal a bit. It's not fucking.
Yeah.
It's nothing bad.
Yeah.
But
You're just trying to get an extra edge over especially for you as a striker. You're just trying to get an extra edge over your centre back that's trying to mark you, and anything like that, you can get an advantage. You're in.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm an ugly fuck, right? The amount of times, I think against Bletchley, when we had the whole poaching gate, there was a lad playing for Bletchley. He's probably a really nice guy. He's better looking than I am. But just going, "You're an ugly fuck, mate. You are ugly. How are you ever going to get a girlfriend?" And just because he was a young lad, just trying to wind him up. And it worked. After the game, shake his hand. All the best to you, buddy. No, no hard feelings. But it is
the one that you coached, was it?
No, well, no. He's no, not snitchel. Yeah, it's part. And I just hope we don't. I genuinely think they're going to make an example of this guy.
Yeah,
and
as they should.
That's society. That's the way it goes. They wait for something like this, and it's bang, we jump on it. I just hope it doesn't lose. You don't want to lose that other side of it, because we've had it in the past where we've tried to get like our under 18s, under 16s to come up to the men's team, and the parents we don't want them involved in men's football. It's fuggery. It's blah blah blah, and shit like this doesn't help it.
Yeah.
If you're a young parent and your 16-year-old son's going out to play men's football, grassroots level, because I would say for the large part, I don't know about you, Max, you might see it different. I don't really see, when I grew up, a lot of it was, as a young lad, it was, I'm going to break your legs, I'm going to fucking kill you, I'm going to start. You'd get all of that on the pitch. You don't, touch wood, I've not seen it. I've not been threatened to be stabbed on a pitch or beaten up or have my legs. It's not that stuff anymore. It's more the psychological stuff of just you're really shit. You're so bad. Your first touch is horrendous. It's all about what I don't like of this. I find it fun and cool. I can go along with that. And it's almost changed with society. Let's not go back 20 years and start fucking spoiling it, because it will kill the game.
Yeah, and Max, I mean, Dan touched on it a little bit in the group chat. Obviously, this has been highlighted because somebody's filmed it. It does sort of beg the question as to whether he's done something like this before, but no one's actually been there to capture it.
100%.
Yeah,
which means that the club are then complicit into his behaviour, and it's only because it's been captured and put on social media that the club have now had to well, effectively been forced to make the decision that they have. Whereas if I'm only saying if he's been doing it before, then the club have been ignoring it.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because if it's not caught on camera, and let's also not forget the ref didn't see it at the time,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming that it's a half decent level of football, so there's no the linesman's not seen it,
Mm.
so
Wi-Fi's gone again.
that if you don't see something, you do about it. I'm back.
You're back
now.
now.
To try something else. You have to try
Mate,
something
you're
else.
gonna have to repeat that whole thing again, Matt.
No, I was just saying that the ref's not seen it. The lino's not seen it.
Yeah.
If they don't see it in the moment, there's plenty of times where you as a manager or as a coach or as a fan, you don't see everything on a football pitch.
Yeah.
So what? I don't. I think the club have dealt with it in the right way. They've kind of dealt with it the only way that they can, or at least they haven't backed him and gone. They've just got rid of him, which is the right thing to do. But you don't see everything on a football pitch. You never can. So it's hard for the club. They've been put in a situation where they've got to get rid of him because it's there black and white for everyone to see. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because again, we've all,
like you said, the no context doesn't help.
Yeah. I think we all probably know people. Like I can hand up say, I've never elbowed someone on a pitch, so I can't. But we all know people who have perhaps done something, not maybe like that, but deliberately tried to hurt someone, whatever. And we all know people who have done it, and you go, it's not their like it's a moment of fucking stupidity.
Yeah.
But so you don't want to paint like for me. The worst thing I want to see here is this chap's life get ruined because it's all over social media. The fucking news are breaking, he loses his job and all that lot. Because things happen on a football pitch. Let's not fucking this council culture. Let's not fucking ruin. He's going to suffer enough now, right? So he's probably going to get a football ban for life. He's probably going to the social media abuse alone will be horrendous. Don't fucking ridicule him. And he's done now. Like he's going to pay enough penalty. It's when you see people like, well, now I want to lose their job and all that. Like, just calm down. Like he's fucked up. He knows he's fucked up. Yeah, and let him deal with it.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. No. You are right.
I've seen worse on a football pitch.
Yeah.
When I ran a Sunday team and we had a lad and he was the nicest bloke ever off the pitch, but he was just a Looney Tune, and someone riled him up. And I've never seen anyone headbutt someone quite like he did. He headbutted, his head went through the other person. It was the sound it made was and then there was a ruckus, and then we ended up being 9v9, and he got a big ban from the FA. It was chaos. And you're like, that's like, yes, it's bad seeing what he's done, but
yeah. And he goes again.
See that was really, really bad.
I mean, we've got
again.
I'm trying to think again. So people at our level, I mean, we've got. I won't mention names. We've got a couple of players who perhaps on the pitch come across like they're going to kill you and all that lot. But actually, really, when it comes to it, and it's that they're in front of each other, they're not idiots, and they're like, "Well, I'm not going to fucking headbutt someone here or whatever." It's all a bit. So, but with this incident, I suppose we'll wrap up a bit. But as big as Max nailed it, it's almost the calculated. He knew he was there. He knew the guy. The guy doesn't know his. It's not like where two people go face to face on a pitch and almost ready to go. This guy knows nothing about it, and he's just. It's where that, and again, I'm very mindful to not call people cowards. I don't want me to kicked in myself, but it feels cowardly, doesn't it? Like that sort of approach to it.
I mean, before we move on to Dan's big news, it does bring up a memory that you brought up, Dan, on the group chat. of Callum Davenport back in 2015, playing for Elstow Abbey in the Bedford County League. Again, I believe it was against Cranfield, your old Cranfield team.
Yeah.
And he got into some sort of fight on the pitch, sent off and banned.
Yeah.
He got sent off, but he was fighting in the changing room, was it?
Yeah, so it was quite a big, say a big game. Beds Division 1. It's basically like North Bucks Prem game of football. But we were the top two. I was playing with the Rezzies that day, but they had a really close game. I think Elstow went 3-0 up, then it ended 3-3, or they were 4-0 up and it ended 4-4. One of the two. No, tell lie. They went 2-0 up, we won 4-2. Anyway, you can imagine, ex-Premier League player playing at this level of football, right? He's so much better than everyone else. You know, he's playing up front for his team.
Sorry, Dan. I read the report. He was only like 32 at the time.
Yeah, he just come back after because he was the one who got stabbed, wasn't he, by his brother-in-law?
Stabbed in the leg.
Professional football. So he's playing for Elstow. He's playing up front. He's just he's ridiculously good. And our lads have gone, well, where are we going to get him? We need to wind him up. We need to fucking seriously get in his head, wind him up. You know, remind him of the level he's playing at. And I quote, I know a Cranfield player said to him in no uncertain terms, roughly roundabout way of, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm glad you got stabbed because you were shit. And he just he lost it. I don't think any punches in front of the pitch. It was more like handbags, but the ref was like, right, red card. He got sent off. And then I think the game was all done. We'd arrived back from the game. We might have kicked off early. I don't know. We'd all in the bar. Next thing you know, people are like, we need first aid, like we need a dressing room, and he knocked his manager out in the dressing room. Sparko. So the police get called and they all fucking turn up and we're not allowed to leave a bar and I've got to take fucking witness statements, all this sort of shit. And so technically it was not filmed, no one saw it.
Yeah.
But he got a lifetime ban from football. So I presume he must have pled guilty, I presume, because there's no way, in the nicest way, you can't. Yeah. So he got done, charged, and then never played. But fucking mental. But it happens, clearly. But that was the only time I've ever, particularly in the Beds League, because it's full of posh boys and local village teams, darling. It's not really, and that was a bit.
There's a lot of Luton in Bedford as well.
Yeah, but there weren't back then, mate. There weren't a lot of Luton. There's nothing wrong with Luton. Just like to clarify, we're an inclusive.
There was a real grimace on your face there, Max, when you said Luton and Bedford.
What's wrong with Luton, mate?
Can't all be posh. Can't all be posh like us, Max. From Leighton Buzzards.
Most of it starts at Kenilworth Road. So. You are.
I'm an inclusive guy. I believe everyone. Although, to be fair, there's a load of pitches in Luton. What are they called? Is it Marsh Farm? You got Marsh Farm and it might be one of the two. I never forget. We did turn up to a game once for Cranfield, and when we got to a car park, we weren't allowed out of the car because someone had just been shot in the area. So the police were like, "Don't get out of your cars. You've got to stay in the car." We did play the game eventually, but different
There's Leagrave as well. Leagrave is pretty bad.
Leagrave, yeah. I'd say that pretty standard really for Luton, but let's move on. Hopefully, the right thing happens with that guy. But look, after last week's episode, or our last episode, I should say, and our little chat about the North Bucks League and the comparisons with the other leagues and that, the committee of the North Bucks League have reached out, not to me, not to Max, but to Dan, and he is now head of social media. I
think you're giving it a title that it's not quite. You're doing a Max here.
I think that's what you said, wasn't it? That's what you said.
No, I've said I'm helping them out. That is what I'm doing.
No. I believe. I may have got my words wrong, but I believe you said social media manager.
No, I think I said technical director of social media and influence the league. No. Anyway, Dan, talk us through this conversation you had with whoever it was from the league. Was it Julia? I
called your bluff.
I genuinely think they went, you know what? Giving it to fucking big un. Go on then, big bollocks. Do something about it. So now I'm like, fuck's sake. But no, look, fair play. And I'd like to caveat to this. We're all going to be involved because we've made some promises what we're going to do as a group. because I fucking flogged you two down the river as well.
I genuinely don't remember any promises, but
Yeah, we promised we're going to do. So no, they, on like Sunday, she was like, I got a text. When did it come out? The episode come out Wednesday. On the Sunday, it was all right. You think you can help us out? Go on then. This is what we. And then there was a couple of texts, and I sent a voice note. Next thing you know, she called me at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I bear in mind, I am 3 sheets to the wind, right? I'm pretty cut. You ring me on a Saturday or Sunday night, there's a very good chance I'm going to be inebriated. So anyway, she sat
and agree to anything.
Fucking idiot. My missus, her face was like, what the fuck are you agreeing to? You told me you're going to be packing up. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, we'll do that, Julian. Yeah, no problem at all. So, yeah, no, look, I've committed to helping them out. We're just going to start with some... Because like me and Max saying, like, it's really, like, the technology is out there. It's so fucking easy to do this. Like, I've done this week's tonight, just sent it across to her. I said, look, we'll do some fixture preview each week, like a blog, and then we'll do the results. And it's actually already, in the 2 posts we've done, it's proved it's worked because, and all it is Copilot. I'm not writing it myself. I literally screenshot the North Bucks full-time page of fixtures and league, stick it in Copilot, write me a weekly review. Bang, does it all. And that's why we had to put on there some context. It obviously tries to spice it up a little. And it calls people all that lot. And I was like, look, no. So we did the first post and we're like, look, absolutely no this is how it is. I want to be open. It's AI that's doing it, blah, blah, blah. And that one did all right. Like in terms of, bear in mind on that page, like you're not going to get loads of likes initially. So we're just going to use the North Bucks page that already exists. We've done the results as well. And actually already, we were chatting last night and I've said it's going to serve as an education purpose as well, because already last night I put the results on there. Love this 1-0 Shanger against MK City. But an MK City player put straight on there, what's happening to the Dean Zanger result from a few weeks ago? Rah, rah, rah. It's a joke. And I've got to go prove him right with a rule and go, well, actually, no, if you look at this, this is a rule, blah, blah, blah. He didn't come back. I was gutted. I wanted him to come back and argue so I could screenshot the rule in there. And Julia messaged me. She was like, well, actually, already, that's quite cool that teams, fair enough, he's initially come to sort of, I don't think he's trying to have a dig or question or rate or try and get people to talk about it, whatever he's trying to do. We're able to educate someone and go, actually, no, these are the rules, blah, blah, blah. So like, I'm trying to leave things at the bottom, like, comment on what results you think are going to happen, predict results, because we need to build a level of engagement. Because again, so I went back, told him the rule. Some other guy, I think he's involved with Buckingham. He gave his opinion on it. I think actually that's what we need. We need all the teams.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, it's proved its worth already in a couple of posts that you've done. It's got that engagement already. You've already had comments on certain on it. So in the future, it does show that people are following the page and actually looking at it and trying wanting to engage, but they've got nothing to engage with. So now you're doing this. And it's actually a good thing. And in a couple of weeks that you've been doing it, or a week and a half that you've been doing it, it's actually got quite a bit of engagement. Yeah. And then just imagine that six months down, or a few weeks down the line, when it's really taken off, and then you're gonna get all the teams commenting saying, "Oh, you were shit, you were this, you were that, we were robbed," and all that kind of stuff.
And that's all you want at the end of the day. Like, it's going to take time, but so I've committed to do that, but in the point of saying to them, I'll show you how it's done, and then come the end of the season, I'm not being funny, anyone can do it. Go on Copilot. It's really easy to do. And then we've committed to, me and Max are going to organise cup finals. We need to sort something for that, Max. Fucking hell.
Are we all? What do you mean we're organising the cup finals?
Like we've said about programmes, shit like that.
Yeah. That's it, though, right? Not organising the whole fucking thing, are we?
Yeah, mate, we're going to play them at the Emirates. No, so I've said, look, we'll do that. And then also I've said, look, we're a podcast. And look, not every team's going to be up for it, but I'd like to think they would get on board with it. We'll do cup final previews, invite. And it don't always have to have us three. You could have one of us, whatever, do it. But invite a manager and a player from both sides to come on, or just the managers maybe, and just do a 15-minute preview. Just bring some light to our league. Now, don't get me wrong. Who's going to watch those? Probably only the 2 teams that are involved in that final. But that's fine, isn't it? Like,
that's fine, but that's still a lot of views. That's still a lot of views. It'd be the players, coaches, families.
Yeah. So come on, and we'll probably set up some form of question format. Talk to me about your, the players to watch out for in your team or whatever. And look, it will be generic, right? Because not everyone's used to doing this sort of thing. So come on and go. You'll get the same stuff, like the programs will be. Midfield general, bosses the game, dictates play, great passer. It's all the same shit. And you're like, they're not. They're playing in the bottom division of men's football. Let's fucking be real here. It's gets it forward. Gets it, punts it forward, and hopes that someone makes a mistake and they get on the end of it. No one in our leagues are midfield generals. No one skillful, pacey wingers. That's why we're playing in the league we're playing in. But it will create a bit of fun, and we'll have a bit of a laugh with it.
Yeah.
So we've committed to those things. Let's see what fucking happens with it. But no, it'd be good, I think. And look, in the nicest way, drunk me, piped up and giving it, and they've gone, put the money where your mouth is. Go on, son, do your best. And here we are.
Here we are. But look, it may have been drunk you, but you've actually started and will continue for a little while. Something that's actually quite good and will actually be good for the league in the aim of promoting the league. Do you know what I mean? If other teams outside of the league sees this kind of thing happening, they might turn around and think, oh, you know what? That might be something that might be good to be part of. Because other leagues might not be doing. So you never know. You never know.
Start small. Start with what we know we can achieve every week. It's all well and good going. We're going to do fucking. Everyone send in your VO clips, and we're going to do like let's fucking walk before we can run. That's all fucking great. But who's going to organise it? Because I'm not organised. Like that's I've still got a football team to help run and organise. But yeah, I just think if we can create a little bit, and already we're seeing teams, MK United devs, literally snip and post everything we put on there. What's great, because we joke, there's a lot of Kenos in this league, right? And that's, as much as sometimes you're like, just relax. It's like it's the bottom level. It's still good in it. People it sparks a bit of controversy, and we need to build up this league because it's it's on its
arse. But that's why we joke about it. You say it is the bottom level of men's football, but it's like you said, it needs promoting, and it needs that, because otherwise it's going to fade away, and people are just going to forget about it, and that's not what we want. So, but look, let's shall we end it there? Let's finish there, and if anybody's got anything they want to add, a comment on after watching this, then feel free to send us any messages, not personally, just to the podcast. And
you can write some personal things if you like. We can't come on here and give it and then not expect someone to disagree and challenge back. So I think
look, if they want to disagree and challenge back, that's fine, but do it to the podcast. Don't do it to me personally.
Is it sure?
I will not respond.
Oh, for fuck's sake! But no,
I ain't got time for that. So. But look, let's end it there. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Max, for somewhat being around.
Quick one before we want you to go. I wanted to say, and this is for more me and you, Alan, to make a prediction.
Oh, okay.
How many games to go will Max have wrapped up the title?
Oh well. How many games have you got left, Max?
I think 11.
11. And how many points ahead are you?
I can't remember.
Well, you're 10. You're 10 unbeaten.
We're
you. By the way, you can't have 11 because that means you played 21 games this year.
How many teams is there in the league?
All right, so I'm looking at that. There's 11 teams in your league. You've played 10, won 10. You're on 30 points. You're 3 points ahead of Forward, but you also have 3 games in hand over them. Say Dan?
He's got 10 games left then.
10.
You've got 10 games left. You're 3 points ahead with 3 games in hand over Great Forward. So that's effectively, I think 10 games left.
Really,
I reckon.
What you need to look at is MK United though. MK United are the real danger. So they're.
Well, but they've only got 2 games in hand over you.
Yeah, they're eight behind us.
And they've got 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 games in hand, so that's only 6 points.
Within 2 points.
Yeah, they could get within 2 points. They'll get 3 points on Saturday because got real MK.
I reckon, Dan. I reckon 5 games, five games, and it's all wrapped up.
Yeah, I think he's going to naturally have to play more. I think the safe bet would be 3, but I'm going to go with MK slip up and he wins it with 4 games to go.
We'll take that. It's better than fucking last season.
It will be like it will be like it's a bit of a farcical this season in that league, but you know you can only play who's in front of you. So
absolutely, absolutely,
cool.
Absolutely. Right, that's our predictions then. Dan, thanks for coming. Max, next time let's try and get some better Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
well, it was a bit better this week.
He's breaking up as he's trying to talk.
You're fucking ass as well.
Some Wi-Fi.
We're trying to end the show and he's breaking up already.
Fucking hell.
All right, look, guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks everybody for watching us on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We will be back in a couple of weeks with another episode. Yeah, see you all soon.